Congressman, you've been sharing these files gradually instead of all at once. Why do it day by day instead of fully releasing what you have to the public? And what do you want done with these so-called Cabral files?
That's a very good question. And actually, one of the things I was trying to achieve was to tease out from DPWH the truth, which initially I said I will release it if Secretary Vince will say that I can, because he, in September, told me that he will release it in the interest of transparency. And then it took him maybe 5 days to make a statement denying that he authorized me. I don't know why, though, he didn't immediately respond that. And then he said that he hasn't actually seen it when I emailed it to him on October 1. And I also posted it on my Facebook page. And he still has not commented whether the, for example, 401 billion pesos of allocable budgets to the district representatives of the Philippines are accurate. Because, as I shared, I wanted to give a privilege speech about this in October and November, and many of my colleagues asked me not to, because for some reason, they don't want the public to know that some of us have 3, 4, 5, or even more billion pesos in basic annual budgets on top of extra that we get that brings some budgets to 20 billion pesos per district per year. And the reason then why I think it's been good that we've had the last week and a half to discuss this in public is slowly the DPWH has admitted that these files are actually authentic. Because, again, it's a big irony that they released this claim that I illegally obtained them after they said that my files are inauthentic. And there are actually some commentators who are saying, why are there dead congressmen on the list? I don't know. You should ask the DPWH people that made the list, because I'm just sharing exactly the file that I was given on September 4. And the reason that I'm saying it's good is I can see on social media that now people who were initially skeptical as to how a neophyte like me got a hold of the files now believe, because of the admission of the DPWH, that I got the files from them. Now, I would like to assure the public that they will eventually see the whole files, because the earlier statement I made is that many people have a copy. In fact, another media outlet is running nightly stories on some of the contents of it. But what I have shared is at least the highlights on the allocable budgets. And unfortunately, it's come at the expense with burning bridges with some people in the House, because now a lot of people are having to answer to their constituents on why they don't see that many billions of products coming into their districts. But one thing that, if I may, ma'am, I would like to share is addition to some of the public statements on one of the proponents in the files that has been made. Again, I am not selectively bringing this up, but it's because it was already publicly mentioned, including by another media outlet, that there is 8 billion pesos of projects under supposed SAP proponent, part of the OP. So there's 8 billion of projects that is tagged with proponent OP, parenthesis, ES/SAP, close parenthesis. And there's a 300 million peso budget in my own district for this proponent. So that's just an example of what I hope the Senate and the House can investigate further in the new year.
The former executive secretary has reacted to this and denied that he had anything to do with this.
Yes, and that's actually why I wanted to clarify this, because he was responding to the allegation that there was a proponent tagged as ES. And that's why I wanted to correct what another media outlet ran that said that it was ES and then SAP sa ilalim ng OP. What it actually says is OP, parenthesis, ES, SAP, which actually means that it's not ES who is the proponent, it's OP.
Office of the President.
I don't want to draw a conclusion on what OP means, but I am just the conveyor of facts, and I hope after I share this actually substantial information on your show that the public can understand why I have to think very carefully about the disclosure of this information. But again, because I'm not the first to bring it up, that I'm sharing it, but it's, I think, quite important for the public to know that this is what the file that I have says, and the same that the files of many other people who have this also says. And maybe it explains why there is a very strong reaction towards my announcement that these files exist and should be made public.